Good day, students. I hope all of you are fine. Today we are going to look at question 7. Now this question 7 comes out of our question paper, and over here I've saved it for you as the question paper for 12 November 2019. Now this question paper, the reason why I chose it is it's a little bit different than the normal question papers. Another reason for my choice is we have now a bit of a change that happened in computers, where levels is also now part of N5 computer practice. I thought it well to use this activity then to show you how to do levels, and then it will also assist the N5 students. From there on, we will then look at question 8, your table of contents and index. So let's get started. It tells us that this document is an information leaflet in which fiber technology is compared with traditional ADSL technology. That's just a bit of information regarding your question paper. Number 1, it tells you to retrieve the file fiber that's saved in your computer practice N6 student files folder. So let's quickly go and retrieve fiber. Let's check it, fiber. So you will see, just make sure you choose the correct one, fiber. Open it. While we are waiting, let's look at our instructions. Then it tells us number 2, edit the document as indicated in the instructions and according to the proofreading signs. Then it tells us to change the font to Rockwell 12 PT. Now, we'll do that just now. Number 4, I just want to focus your attention. It says insert your examination number, computer number, and the question number as indicated in the instructions. Now, please remember in your question paper under section B for word processing, you will see that they will give you instructions regarding your examination number, your computer number, and your question number. So when you are busy with your Word or with your Excel, whichever one you would have chosen for your question paper, but now we're doing Word, so let's talk about Word. You apply that instruction on all of your question papers, okay, all of your questions that you are doing. So let's go to Microsoft Word and let's quickly go insert your examination number. You can just double click in your header if you like. Let's say this is my examination number, station 31 for example. Let's just say S31 for example. And this then is question 7 in capital letters. Now, remember they told us that our font should be Rockwell 12. Now, that also includes our headers and footers. So, let's just quickly go and change our header because we normally forget about that one. So, we say Rockwell. I don't see it here, so let me type it in, Rockwell. And it says size 12, so it's size 12. Didn't change there, it's changing. I think my computer is a bit... Okay, so we've done that. Now also our whole document must change to Rockwell. So Control A highlights all. Let's change to Rockwell. And I'm just going to say 12 in anyway. Okay, that's done. Let's go back to the next instruction. It tells us now margins must be 1.27 centimeters or 0.5 inches. Now I'm using inches. If you are using centimeters, you will apply centimeters or however. So let's go into our layout. And the fastest way would be by going to margins and saying narrow. This will change all 4 margins. Remember, it didn't say left and right margin or top and bottom margin. It said change margins. So it means all margins must be changed to 0.5. Clicking on narrow does that one time for you. Then our next instruction tells us justify the text and use hyphenation. Now, while our document is already highlighted, you can use your shortcut Ctrl J to justify, or you can just click here on your home ribbon, justify, and we say layout hyphenation automatic to hyphenate our document. It will hyphenate by itself. Then next instruction tells us at the top of the document, insert the SmartArt indicated on the next page according to the following instruction. And then it gives us the type, font, font color, shape outline, shape fill, and SmartArt size. And it does approximately height and width. Now let's go to where that SmartArt instruction is. So on the next page, you will see here that right on top of your document, you have to insert this SmartArt. So let's go to our document. Above fiber is the fastest thing. So here you see fiber is the fastest thing. I'm going to press enter to open up some space. Now, I do like to use this icon. I like to switch it on because then I can see what's going on in my document. Okay, so firstly, they told us at the top of the document, insert your SmartArt. And they told us the type. Let's just go back. The type must be where it process arrow ribbon. So let's go and check. Okay, so we go to insert. We go to SmartArt. And we go to process and ribbon. Let's go look for it. Luckily, they also gave us the picture of how it looks, so it makes it a bit easier for us as well. Your arrow ribbon. I click on it and I say, okay. Next thing it told us, it tells us your font must be Rockwell 32 PT. So let's say Rockwell, there it is. Just going to press enter, and it says size 32. Size 32. Let's see what is your text that you need to type in. Fiber, and remember to type the same case. So let's go back. Type in fiber. Then let's check the next one. Also, remember it didn't change both of it, so let's just change it again. Rockwell 32 PT. You can also type it in if you like and press enter. And this one must be ADSL in capital letters. ADSL capital letters. So let's type caps on ADSL. Okay, let's check our next instruction. Now they tell us the font color must be black. Let's do that. Font color. Let's go to our SmartArt. So you've got your SmartArt design. You see, when I click in my normal text, it ends here with help. When I go to my SmartArt, it gives me the SmartArt design and the format. So when I go to SmartArt, it gives me some options. When I go to format, it also gives me other options. Remember, format is like changing your bold, italics, changing your colors, changing, it's like, yeah, okay, it's formatting your text, formatting your shape and so forth. So the word fiber, now look at the first thing. This is a shape fill, and this is your text fill. So you want your font color to be black. So let's go and choose your black, or automatic would also be fine. Go to this one as well. We want the text fill to change. Say automatic. Then we've got the shape outline should be black 2 1/4. Shape fill, no. Okay, let's do both of that. Shape fill, no. Let me just go back. Now, do you see here, we've got this options as well. This actually makes it easy for you as well. So if I click here on my shape, and if I go to this themes, do you see it helps me a bit as well? Okay, or you can go there where it said shape outline. If I go to shape outline and it says black 2 1/4, we can go there as well. Well, it will be the weight 2 1/4. Okay, and it said shape no fill. So then I can just say, you can use this one. It will take away, sorry, it will, where am I? Click back on my picture. Let's just go back here. Shape fill. Do you see? Then it also removes the blue because it looks now the same as this shape style. Okay, then it tells us the shape size, approximately the height. You see, this is your height and your width. I like to go to the size itself. And then it tells us, now mine is using inches again. So here the height, you see there it says height. And over here, it talks about the height, 1,57. So let me change to 1,57. I'm going to highlight 1,57. And my width, let's check the width, should be 5,9. So it's nearly the same as this one. 5,9. Mine uses commas. Some computers will use a full stop. So just check whichever your computer use. Click on OK and then change it. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Now people, all you do is you just follow your instructions. Just follow what they tell you. Now remember, if you see where my picture is now, remember it should be at top of the page. So I'm going to move mine on top. Also it's a 0.5 margin. Now it looks like you have put in a lot of enters if you leave it over here. So I'm going to move mine to the top. And then I'm just going to adjust this box. I would suggest, if it gave you some problem, I would click on my image or SmartArt. Now, do you see here we've got our layout options? When I click on it, I'm going to say, let's say behind text, for example. Now, I'm going to move this text. Let me just get some space. I'm going to move it down a bit. And then let's see if I can move my image. Now I saw if I click here, it moves without my text. And I don't want that. So what I'm going to try, let's move the whole box from here on. Let's move it up. Okay, doesn't look bad. Then here only have to be 2 enters open. So I'm going to remove the enter sign here. Yeah, so you can manipulate it to make it fit. Remember, we are N6 now. We use our prior knowledge to make sure that our text looks correct. Okay, so that would be one way I would suggest it. Then let's go look at our next instruction. It tells us insert the equation where indicated. Now let's go check. Where do we have to insert the equation? Insert Endnote, and over here we do have the equation. So after the paragraph, fiber is the fastest thing. We have to then enter 2 times. And we also need to insert an Endnote over there. We'll do that just now. We'll enter 2 times. We'll insert this equation. So let's go and insert our equation. I wonder if I can just adjust it a bit and see if I can make it maybe a little bit easier for you. Now let's see. To move this thing, and let's move it like this, and let's click here. So after this one we have this information, worth it. And then they say enter 2 times. So let's enter 2 times. And remember, we have that little box. So let's do it from here. 1, 2 times. Going to click there to insert our equation. We will then go to our insert, go to equations, and let's type in our equation. They tell us ASDL. Okay, but you type it exactly as you see it. You see it was actually supposed to be ADSL. You just type it as you see it. They cannot mark it wrong. Okay, so this ASDL must also be keyed in as part of your equation. Please do not type this separately from your equation. Everything is part of the equation. So let's type capital letters ASDL space speed, and then you see this mathematical symbol. So let's go and we look for it. Now if you don't see it here with first glance, let's just open up our space, and if your eyes is getting old like mine, it might take you a while, but there it is. I click on it, then I say 40, M is in capital letters, PS. Let's use the plus over here. Where is plus? Let me go open the space again. Plus. Oh goodness, I'm getting old. So I don't see it here. So what I'm going to use, I'm just going to use the normal plus on the keyboard. Maybe it's there, maybe it's not. I know my students normally sees it before I do, but I'm going to just use the normal plus on the keyboard. Plus. Now the next thing we have to insert, your radical. And we just use the first one. So radical, and then inside the radical you can see that we've got a fraction. So I'm going to go to fractions. I'm going to use the first one. It must look exactly the same. On top I'm going to type in cable plus, let's use the keyboard, type. Underneath it I type in distance, capital D. Now, you will see over here that it does not include this line over here. You have to make sure that you do not include it either. Let me just see. I'm going to use my little arrow. When I use my arrow and I say plus, do you see it continues here on top? So I'm going to say backspace. I'm going to use my arrow one more time, or you can use your mouse and click. So I'm using it one more time. When I say plus now, do you see now it does not continue with this line on top? And then you've got this funny little sign. Let's check. I'm not sure now. I think it's over here, but let me just quickly make sure if I don't see it here. You know, they can ask anything, and anything that they will ask, you will see it in this equation. Let me just see, my computer is really slow. No, functions, operators, let's check if it's here. Very slow. I think my computer is also on holiday. Don't see it. Let's check it. No, don't see it. Over here perhaps. Ah, there it is. Okay. So here it is. I'm going to click over here. So it's this integral thingy. And I don't want one. I'm going to use this one because I want the word data there as well. I'm going to click on it. Inside, I'm going to type in the word data. Okay, and I'm going to click outside of it. Okay, so when it comes to your equation, you sometimes have to go look. You see, even it should have actually, there it is. I'm just a bit blind. but we just have to go look for it. I'm always saying to students, read your screen, and then even if you can't see it, just go. If you know about where to look, just go look. If you don't know, click, go look. Click, go look. Okay, you will find it. And then that is it. Okay, let's check the next one. Okay, you just align right and change your size to 16 as well. Let me just make my document big again. Then let's go back to number 1. Let's see what's the next instruction. If I can hide this thing, there it goes. It tells us now to do number 9, paragraphs marked with. I'll do that just now. Let's quickly look at the rest. Number 10, the format. Number 11, ensure that all paragraphs are indented correctly. Number 12 is talking about insert page breaks where indicated. So let's go look. We have, let's check here. No page break over here. Let me just make sure. And then over here, fiber, the facts. There must be a page break. So let me go to Word. Fiber, the facts must have a page break in it. Here it is. Now, I'm going to click directly in front of the heading that I want to take to a next page. Now, I do not use page breaks. I like to insert next page breaks because they are special and they help you with things like changing to vertical alignment of one document, or changing to landscape of only one page. So it's possible, obviously, with a normal page break, but it's easier with a next page. So I'm using next page. It looks the same, but it's just special. Next page break must be ADSL. So let's go to ADSL. ADSL, this is where the next page break will be inserted. I click directly in front of it. I say breaks and I say next page. Good. Then following instruction. We've done the page breaks. Number 13, change the orientation of the second page to landscape. This is then page 1, page 2, second page, page 3. So it tells us to change the second page orientation to landscape. You can click in your document of page 2 and we say orientation, we say landscape. Now, because of the next page break, you see how easy it is. It changed only this document. Do you see the rest still on portrait? It's because of this next page break. It just makes it much easier. Then it asks us to number 14, insert an endnote after the acronym ADSL in the first paragraph. Use 2 as the endnote number. So over here, ADSL, we have to insert an endnote, start at 2. Go to page number 1, first paragraph, ADSL. We need to insert an endnote. We go to references. Now, I must tell you, I know the other options, you can use them. I like to directly go to footnotes. Always, doesn't matter if I need to change or not. I like this option. Then it says it must be an endnote. So even though it says footnote there, you can still choose an endnote. So I'm going to say endnote. Then they tell us the number format. They tell us it must start at 2, so it means the number format will be 1, 2, 3. Then start at 2, and then I'm going to say insert. Now it takes me here to this part of the document. don't just click away now. Remember, you inserted an EndNote, but now you still need to go type in the text. Your text will be displayed on your question paper, and the text is over here. That's your text. Insert an EndNote after the acronym ADSL in the first paragraph. You've done that. You use number 2 as the EndNote number. Now you need to insert this text over here. Let's go back to Microsoft Word. At the position, you have to type in now. Let me just get there. Asymmetric. Oopsie, digital fiber line. And remember, you also have to change your font. It said in the beginning that we are using Rockwell. Now, please don't change your font size. That you leave as 10. Only your font you have to change to Rockwell. The whole document needs to change to Rockwell, unless they tell you somewhere else something different. Okay, let's check your next instruction. Use the function to find the unit Mbps and replace it with the words megabits per second in capital letters, bold and underlined. Now, I like to start directly on top of the document. I'm going to start over here, and I like to go directly to replace, and then in find what, you type in what do I want to find. So I want to find the word or the acronym BPS, and I want to replace it with, now it tells you it must be replaced with megabits per second in capital letters, so caps on, megabits watts per second. Okay. Then it tells us capital letters we have, bold and underline. So I'm going to highlight this. Now you can go to more and so forth, but it's faster just to highlight the one that you want to change to bold. So I'm going to highlight it. Control B makes bold, the shortcut. Control U for underline. It's faster. Then we have to replace all, so you can just say replace all. It will tell you 4 replacements have been made. You just say OK, and we close it. Okay, and that's done. Let's check the next instruction. Now this is old works. I'm sure all of you are fine with this one. It tells you to save it as question 7, fiber. Now, even though we are not done, it's always good to save on a regular basis, because you know that once you lose your work, if that should happen in the exam, then you will not be able to, you will not get extra time to finish your work again, to start up fresh. Okay, so please make sure that you always save your work on a regular basis. Question 7. Fiber. Okay, I'm not done yet. I still have other instructions to do. Let's quickly check. We've done this part, we've done that, we inserted. Now here, this is telling us to change this second page, to change it to 2 columns. And this one, cons, should be column 1 left, and pros should be, I'm sure all of you are familiar with what to do. Remember, when we highlight our paragraphs and we change to 2 columns, the one on top will always be left. Now, do you see they don't want this one to be left? They want it to be on the right hand side. They want cons to be left. That means we have to swap the 2 places. Okay, we have to put cons first and pros second, because the first paragraph, the one that's on top, will always be the one that will be left column. Now let's go to this. Oh, it's still on page 1. Let me just quickly make sure, double check. So it says ADSL, the facts. ADSL, the facts. Okay, so they want pros to be left. Pros to be on the right hand side, cons to be on the left hand side. If we just highlight it like this and we change to 2 columns, pros will be left. But we want pros to be on the right hand side. So you can cut and paste, or you can move your text so that pros goes to be second. We have cons now first. We have pros second. Cut and paste, or just move your text. Then I'm going to highlight my text, and we go to layout. We say columns, and we say 2. Now we want pros only to be on the right hand side. This needs to go back to the left hand side. This means you click directly on front of the text that you want to be in column 2. It means then everything before this will be sent back to column 1. So I click in front of pros, and now I tell the computer, please break my columns. And now you see cons, and all the text belonging to cons will now be on the left, pros will be on the right hand side. So you just insert a column break to tell the computer where to break the columns. Now just check your extra enters. We don't want extra enters in our document. Then the next instruction, let's check if there's any. We've got the page break. Okay, that one we've changed to landscape. Sort the pros alphabetically. Let's quickly do that. Go back to Microsoft Word. Go to our page 2, the landscape document. They want us to sort pros alphabetically. Now please, do not include your heading. Okay, when we sort, you cannot include your heading, because then your heading will also be sorted. You don't want that. Okay, so we highlight the text that needs to be sorted. We go to home and we go sort our text. So first select, do not include your heading. Now the computer asks me, it says paragraph, sort by paragraph. You can see this is a paragraph, it's text. All you need to choose now is to say if it's ascending or descending order. And it tells me, let me just go to my question paper, or let me use this one to show you as well. It tells us alphabetically, that means ascending order, A to Z. Okay, let's go choose ascending order. That means that it will start with A and it will end with T. Okay, it will start with the A, B, C on top and the last of the alphabet at the bottom. When I click on OK, you see it sorted it alphabetically. Next instruction, C. Available speed, insert page break, we've done that. Now what does this mean? It means indent. We have a bullet over here, but still the bullet must be inserted, so we'll do that just now. And then it tells us to copy the equation over here. Let's go to our document, let's go copy our equation. Let's say copy. Go to the end. Not here, this is my Endnote. So we enter 2 times and we paste it. Okay, there must be 2 because it said copy. 1, 2 of them. Okay, must be 2, it said copy. Okay, so we've done that. Now this indentation we'll do just after putting in our levels. Now let's go to our levels. Now remember, when we talk about levels, that over here you can see there's stars in my document. 3 stars, 2 stars, 1 star, and so forth. Now the stars, remember, that indicates your levels. Over here tells us paragraphs marked with an asterisk, 1 star, on our main paragraph headings, level 1. 2 stars indicate level 2, etc. And then over here, it gives us the format. And yes, then we'll continue. Now, there is different ways of doing this levels. I'm going to show you the method that I teach in class. To me, this is the fastest and the most practical method, because when it goes over to table of contents, it's just easier to do, because when you insert table of contents, you also need your levels. So if you have done your levels like this, it's just basic, straightforward. Let's go to Microsoft Word and we start on top over here. Then we go to our document. Now it will be much easier in the exam. You will have your question paper next to you. Now I'm going to just show you like this, because normally there's a basic pattern to it. Do you see ADSL, the facts? That's level 1. Then the paragraph underneath it is level 2. Pros, cons, and available speeds, level 3. And then their information is level 4. Now look at the next one. Same method. We've got the heading, level 1. Then the paragraph, level 2. And then again, pros, cons, and available is level 3. And its information below is level 4. And then ADSL versus fiber. This one, we don't have a level over here. When you have your notes next to you, or must I say your question paper, it will also, please don't use notes in the exam. When you use your question paper in the exam, it will be easier for you. So we're going to see the first paragraph and the last paragraph. We don't have a star next to it. So ADSL, I'm going to highlight it. It's level 1. Then I'm going to move down my mouse, go down to where I see fiber. That's also level 1. Let me show you. Fiber. The facts. Okay, that's also level 1. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Control and I'm going to highlight, because I don't want to do this one by one. I want to do the same thing to all of them. So I am going to highlight all the level 1s first. And then over here I've got ADSL versus fiber. That's also level 1. So I'm going to highlight it, press Control and highlight. Now sometimes they will ask you to change the styles. Let's say they will tell you to change all level 1 headings to a different font or font size or alignment or however. So just read your instructions. It's not in this question paper, however. Now what I do next is I then go to Home, Paragraph, and then I just right click on Paragraph, and here where it says Outline Level. What level is this? This is level 1. So I choose level 1 and I say okay. Now I'm done with level 1. Let me do level 2. Okay, so level 2 is underneath each one of the headings. I'm going to highlight, just highlight again. Then I'm going to move down and I'm going to press Control and highlight. And remember that the last one, you've got your first one being ADSL, the fact, then fiber, the facts, and then the last one, ADSL versus fiber. This is not a level 2. Okay, so we don't highlight this one. So we are done with level 2. I go to Paragraph, click on the dialog box, outline level is level 2. And I say, okay, because 2 stars indicates level 2. Then all our little subheadings, pros, cons, and available speed, that is level 3. I'm going to highlight cons, Press Control, highlight Pros. Press Control, highlight Available. Remember, when you press down Control and you scroll down, it will change the size of your document to bigger or smaller. So remove your finger from Control key, go down, and then once you want to highlight again, then only press Control and highlight. So I want to highlight Pros, Cons, and Available Speed. Highlight. Okay, and nothing on the next page. Now another way of changing paragraphs to level 3 is you can just right click in the highlighted area, and then also there's the word paragraph, and you can also change to level 3. Say OK. Now let's say you're not sure if you change this one, Available Speed, to level 3. You can just right click on it, or you can say paragraph over here, whichever one, paragraph. Do you see there it tells me which level I have selected? And I can say OK. Now last one is our level 4. So let me quickly go and select all level 4s. Now all level 4s is underneath our level 3 headings or subheadings. I'm going to highlight, press Control, highlight, press Control and highlight, and then remove your finger from Control, go down and press Control, highlight again, press Control, highlight, and your last one, press Control and highlight. Ooh, why did it remove that one? Let me highlight that one as well. Okay, and let's go change it to level 4. Now, if you feel more comfortable, you can take it page by page. Okay, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 3, level 4, and continue like that if it makes you more comfortable. Okay, now here comes the final part, the magic actually. We now have to go put in our numbers. Remember, each star represents a number. That's what it means in this question paper where it says level 1, the format for level 1 is A with a bracket. The format for level 2 is A with a bracket. Did I say 1 with a bracket? I'm not sure now. A with a bracket. Level 3, I with a bracket, and level 4 is brackets on both sides with the number 1 inside of it. Okay, now when I go to my document, I have to highlight only the information where numbers must appear. I don't want numbers, don't want numbers, don't want numbers. My numbers, my levels start from ADSL. Let me quickly show you to refresh your memory. When we check our document, we see here's our first level starting, and then we see the last information will be here at ADSL versus fiber. The last paragraph does not get levels, so let's go back and we highlight. Starting from ADSL, we highlight down, and we do not include this paragraph, only up to ADSL versus fiber. Now I want to show you something. If you have to put in normal number 1, 2, 3 and so forth, do you see if I click here, it puts my numbers beautifully for me. There's my levels, there's all my levels, you see, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 3, level 4, level 3, level 4, and so on. Okay, so that's nice and easy. Let's undo. That's not what they asked. They asked of us to use this list over here, the 1, the A, the I, and the 1 in brackets. Okay, that's the one they asked us to use. But look what happens. If I just use this number, do you see all of this is just level 1s, level 1, level 1, level 1. Do you see that? Okay, so I want to show you a little trick. If you use this method, it's fine. You'll just have to then increase indent. You see, this is level 1. This must be level 1, level 2. So you will say, it's already level 1. I increase indent one time to make it level 2. This must be level 3. So it's level 1, level 2, level 3. You see, this is going to take a long time if you do it like this. So I want to show you something else. I'm going to take away my numbering. First thing you do, you highlight, you go to your multi-level list, and you go select your number 1, 1.1, 1.1.1. Okay, the nice and straight one, I click on it. Now it puts in my levels. Do you see level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 3, level 4, and so forth. Then, while having this levels displayed, I go back to my multi-level list. I click on it, and now I choose the correct one. I want 1 AI and the one in bracket on both sides. When I click on it, do you see there it changes? Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 3, level 4 underneath it, continuing. Okay, so do you see when you first, let me undo it. When you first go and put in your multi-level list with the numbers, you first choose this one. While it's still highlighted, then you go and you choose the 1 AI. Do you see then by itself, it will, you don't need to say increase indent, increase, increase, and so on. It's going to take too long. But now we're still not done. We still need to go and check our format. Let's quickly go check the format. They tell us over here, the format is 1, align at 0, indent at 0.25. So let's quickly check. So while it's still highlighted, we go and we say define new multi-level list. And from here on, we can change. If they wanted this number 1 to be a capital A, you see it's highlighted in gray. Please don't go delete it. You just go and change it from here. You see if it was supposed to be capital A and I click on it. Do you see then it changed by itself? Okay, so if you need to change the formatting for the number, don't delete it. Just go choose it from here. Now you see ours is a number 1 with a bracket. Let's just go make sure. So it's 1 with a bracket. It says align at 0 and indent at 0.25. I'm using inches, remember? So I see 1 with a bracket, align at 0, indent at 0.25. Okay, that's perfect. This is level 2. Click on it. Let's see what's my level 2 option. Okay, level 2 option is A with a bracket, align at 0.25 and indent at 0.5. So let's check ours. Okay, so A with a bracket, align at 0.25 and text indent at 0.5. So again, ours is correct. Then a level 3, I just click on number 3 to go to level 3. I go check, must be a I with a bracket and 0.5 inches, 0.75 inches. So let's go check. So level 3, I with a bracket, 0.5 is align at, and text indent at 0.75. And lastly, level 4 is then 1 with a bracket on both sides. Okay, and it says align at 0.75 and indent text at 1.06. So let's check ours. Okay, so we have 1 with a bracket on both sides, and then we've got align at 0.5 and text indent, we're going to say 1.06. And I like to click back on level 1. Just check. When I go to level 4, do you see it says 1.06? So I go back to level 1. I'm going to say OK, and it will make my adjustment. It made an adjustment over there. I didn't see any other instruction regarding this. What they sometimes will ask, I didn't see an instruction regarding it. What they sometimes ask when you use this Roman numericals, they sometimes will ask you to change the number alignment, let's say from left to center or to right. So just check if they ask you to change the number alignment. They did not ask it, so you just leave it like this. And then just say okay. And that's it. That's how you do it. So the main thing you must remember when doing levels is just go indicate your levels. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Then you highlight the text, only the text that must change to numbers. And then follow instruction. If they tell you that it is your multi-level list must be 1.1, you choose and you do your adjustments as per instruction. If they tell you it must be 1AI, you choose this option, but you will see then it won't change the levels. All of them will say level 1. So that if this happens, you can say increase intent if you like. It's a long time. So I would suggest you undo it, choose your levels. This one will then indicate level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. And then while it is still highlighted, go choose this option, click on it. It will look like this then. But then you want to go and make sure that your formatting is correct. So you just say define your multi-level list. You do your adjustments and you say okay. And that's it. I hope it helped you, students. Good luck for your exams. Keep well. Goodbye.